Hey, how are you? This is Tommy from Aces and Ashes. Listen, today we've got a very special show for you. Along with the usual video poker that we do, we've got a great guest today. We've got Michael from Fuego Cigar Shops in Las Vegas. Michael is the owner of Fuego, and Fuego has just been voted the best cigar shop and lounge in Las Vegas. So you're really going to want to see this one. Do me a favor if you can. Can you hit that like and subscribe button for us? You guys are helping us grow greatly. That will really contribute to it. And so if you could do that, like and subscribe, we would really appreciate it. Last thing before we get into the action, every Tuesday and Friday we drop new videos. So if you can look out for those every Tuesday and Friday, have a peek and enjoy it. Let's see what happens today.
We have a really special guest today, as we talked about on some of the other episodes. We're going to do some cigar segments because we're all about smoking cigars and drinking and gambling and just carrying on like most of you do. So we got a special guest today. We got Mike from Fuego Cigars.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for coming
Hi,
down. Let me tell you guys something before I let Mike jump into this. So I've been going to Fuego since before Mike owned it.
Yeah.
When did you buy it?
I bought it in 2012, 13 years ago.
Okay. God.
Yeah.
And I probably was going there for about 5, 6, 7 years before that. And then one day I showed up, and the previous owner, do you remember Ken?
Uh-huh.
Ken was not in there, and Mike was in there, and I walked in. It was kind of like, where's Ken? And he said, no, I owned it.
And killed him.
Yeah, I killed him, right. Yeah, he's in the back. He's on ice. But anyway, my point is that from the day I walked in there, Mike made that lounge feel like home. And that's, we're going to talk in some of these episodes. Mike's going to be reoccurring on here, and we're going to talk about how to smoke cigars and some different cigars, but we're also going to talk about cigar lounges. And I'll tell you, that place is just fantastic. I've brought friends in there, and every time I go in there, this guy, Mike Abdullah, just welcomes you like he's known you forever. I called him up to be on this show, and he over the phone. I'm not sure he knew who I was, and he said, "Yeah, I'll be there, no doubt, man." Just showed up. Mike, you're awesome. Thank you, man.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. I'm excited to talk cigars, smoke cigars, and gamble. Who the hell doesn't like to do that?
Yeah. Speaking of that, let me put some money in this thing while we light up. So, one of the things about cutting your cigars is that we've noticed that some of you guys are amateur cigars, some of you guys are more accomplished and stuff, but one of the things that a lot of people do is they cut them way too deep. You see that all the time, right?
All the time. It's frustrating. I see it from guys who have been smoking for 30, 40 years. They'll cut so much of the cigar off that the wrapper starts to literally unravel from the cigar.
So I'm going to put this up here. What I've been told is to just a round top. Is that what this called?
It's the cap.
And this
is the shoulder of the cigar right here.
And you just cut it like you're cutting a dime off the top. Is that kind of good?
Exactly. You stay above the.
So you don't want to get like this. You want to just kind of snip it. And sometimes you need to do a little bit more. But what I've also been told too is if you don't cut enough, you can cut more, but you can't put it back on.
It's like, what do they say about cutting and measuring?
Yeah. Measure twice, cut once, right?
There you go.
Beautiful. All right, let's fire some. How about some double?
Okay, now if you win, I'll split it whatever you win with you. But
Absolutely.
if you lose, you're on your own.
that sounds perfect.
What are you smoking? La Polina? La Polina?
Yeah.
So we're smoking two different things. I'm smoking the Plasencia 149.
You know what? I'll do that. I'll take the Plasencia too. Yeah. Okay.
So this is a Nicaraguan cigar. For those of you who don't know, Plasencia is the largest, if not one of the largest tobacco growers in Nicaragua. If you walk into any humidor, at least 50% of the cigars in that humidor almost are buying tobacco in one form or another from Plasencia. So I don't know how many years ago, maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, they started making their own cigar. So you can imagine what kind of tobacco they use for their own cigar.
Yeah, no
So it's
kidding.
pretty special. So this is one of my favorite cigars. It's the 149. There's a 149 and a 151.
Okay.
And those are the crops that this tobacco is taken from.
Oh.
And it's a medium plus, I would say.
Okay, cool. So we got the cut, and I'm just taking a quick cold draw before I.
You got a lighter?
Yeah.
You call that a lighter?
What am I tasting here?
I don't know. I'm not a big guy on saying what, tobacco tastes like. I'm real simple. I like a cigar or I don't. Now, having said that, do I pick up flavor notes? Sure. I'll pick up white pepper sometimes. I'll pick up chocolate flavors. But I've never picked up leather and flowers and stuff like that, what you hear some guys talk about.
Yeah.
But I do pick up chocolate flavors of white pepper.
Michael, hold that up here for a second in front of the screen while you're doing that. Watch this, folks. Hey, you don't want to put it in your mouth and draw the flame in. Mike's just charring it because, believe it or not, right, Mike, you can melt it, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just get it going.
Just get it going. Yeah, perfect.
While you guys are joining us for us, I just wanted to reiterate and congratulate you on winning the Las Vegas Weekly #1 Cigar Lounge in Las Vegas. That's a pretty tall feat to accomplish. Is that the first time you won that?
Thank you, Mike. No, it's actually the second time we've won. Last time was about 6 or 7 years ago. And what was so fun about this time is there's a lot of new cigar lounges that have opened up in Las Vegas over the last 3 years. So we just thought for sure one of the new guys is going to get it, just, out of enthusiasm and, the newness of it. But we found out we won, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, being voted the best was very humbling and exciting.
I think it's pretty exciting. I think about it too as as a pretty novice cigar smoker. How do you win me over to come into your shop, to not be intimidated, to not feel like, hey, I'm not a place walking in the #1 joint in Las Vegas, to not feel like a total rookie, and experience the full the full effect of what happens when you walk into a cigar lounge. How do you accomplish that?
Yeah, that's a great question. We literally believe that we're in the service industry. Not just, I realized the day I bought the business, you can walk into anywhere and buy a cigar. There's countless smoke shops that have humidors. There's online, you can go and several different stores. We're the service industry, so we're all about how we make people feel. And without becoming sappy or sentimental, I really believe that I owe everybody who walks into one of our stores gratitude, because they can go anywhere. So when they're coming into our store, we need to go out of our way to make them feel good, period. And if that's being patient with them, if that's answering questions, if that's conversing with them, or on the other end, if that's leaving them alone so they can work on their laptop or make phone calls, we do that too. You got to really read the room in a cigar lounge. Some people want to be engaged, some people want to be part of it, some people want to ask questions, some people want to learn. And then there's another group that literally just wants to be by themselves. So it's up to us, the guys who run the stores, run the lounges. If you want to be in the cigar business and be successful, I really believe you got to adopt the attitude that you're in the service industry and you're caretakers of these guys for 1 to 5 to 6 hours a day.
Now, do you find it more pleasurable to have a novice walk in, where you can walk them through all different types of tastes, sizes, shapes, brands, you name it, blends, versus a seasoned expert where you can really get in the weeds and go deep dive on a cigar?
Yeah, that's a good question. I personally prefer someone who wants to learn about things, because it can be new and exciting. When you sit with a guy who knows as much as you do or more than you do, it can become a little redundant. almost a little boring, where you're talking about the same things or you're regurgitating the same things you've heard over years. I like to be with someone new and educate them a little bit. I don't know everything. I've never said I'm a cigar expert. I'm a cigar smoking expert. I can smoke with the best of them. But as far as knowing there is everything there is to know about binders and fillers and wrappers and tobacco origins and the roller of this cigar and the blender of that cigar, it's just too much for me at my old age to try and remember.
Yeah, and I kind of compare it to, you got your wine sommeliers, excuse me, that know everything about, the different grades from this and the other on wine. It's kind of the same with cigar, but you've got to be learning all the time and, rounding out your palate and, becoming an expert in your own way. But, man, there's a lot of stuff you got to know about these things.
Yeah, I mean, when you say you gotta know, if you choose to, it's like anything. If you choose a hobby, there's some people who literally couldn't tell you if a cigar is from Dominican or Nicaragua or Costa Rica or Honduras. They don't care. They just, do I like this cigar? Do I like this cigar? Does it make me feel good? Does it taste good? Is the price point the right price point? And that's the majority that I find. I find a lot of guys just want to know, do I like the cigar? That's where a lot of the sales reps make a mistake. Is they'll come in and they'll spend 15 minutes telling you the origin of the blender and where he was born and why the cigar is named the cigar, and you see that little thing on the label. Well, that's the image of his grandmother, and nobody gives a damn. Unless you like the cigar, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, if you really like a cigar, yeah, you deep dive into it and you find out the deal. But you telling me that a guy made this cigar because his grandfather was in the war or whatever, sorry, but that's not going to make me like the cigar. The cigar is going to make me like the cigar.
Yeah.
Well, Tom's getting wrecked on the machine right now. So
I know
let
it.
me change the subject for you. So I have a good friend.
I'm pacing myself.
Elementary school, my only friend, besides Tom. But it's funny because
Who's getting wrecked now, buddy? Okay,
yeah,
that's what
his
I'm
name is
talking
Michael,
about.
like you.
Yeah.
And Tom always wanted to be called Michael, but the first day he came home from first grade, on his paper he wrote down Mike. He became a Mike forever. So do we call you Mike? Do we call you Michael? What do you prefer? And is there any history
Just
behind
not
your name?
Yeah, there is a little bit of a history. It's Michael, and the reason it's Michael as opposed to Mike is because of my dearly departed mom. She would get so pissed off at people. I didn't really care growing up, but somebody would ask that question, and they'd call me Mike, and she'd stop them and go, "Excuse me, we named him Michael."
Uh-huh.
She would reprimand complete, strangers or new people that we were being introduced to. So every time someone asks me, is it Mike or Michael, out of respect for my mom, I got to say it's Michael.
There you go. That's what you got to make the checks out. You know, Michael, not Mike.
Right.
Huh.
But I mean, back in the day, Michael was such a popular name. Every third kid was named Michael. So, of course, everyone went by Mike. I think, this guy told me there was like 5 Mikes in his first grade class.
No, I know. Yeah, we in our lounges, we joke if somebody calls out the word name Mike because 6 people will turn their heads.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what led you to get into the cigar business? You're sitting there one day and you go, I'm going to buy in Fuego from this guy?
Pretty much.
Really? Really?
I've been in a few different businesses. In 1998, I bought a printing company that had specialty items. We had 45 employees, and I bought a building in North Las Vegas, and I hated it. Every minute of it, I hated it. It was too much pressure. It was too much inventory. It was too many employees. So I would leave it every day at noon, and I'd go sit in the cigar store, and I'd sit
Oh,
and
there you
smoke.
go. Uh-huh.
And I did that for years. I'd say from noon to 5, 6. And then one day it just dawned on me, it's like you hate doing this and you love doing this. Meaning look at this.
I know.
You made
Oh, yeah.
$10
I know it.
on Easy Street. So I had a friend at the time, Ken McNabb. He owned Dunyeyo Cigars.
Okay.
And I said to him, when in the midst of him owning it, I said, look, depending on where I'm at, when you want to sell, let me know. give me a heads up before you call a broker, and if I'm available and free and we can make a deal, we will. So that was about 2008. 2012 rolls around, he calls me and says, I'm selling, do you want it?
Okay.
I went down, I bought it, and at the time he was only selling his house stick. That's all they had was their house cigar that they made on premises.
Here we go. About to get rich.
Let's go.
You guys are making fun of me. Watch this. You're gonna be borrowing money from me in a second.
Yes.
There we go. There we go.
You're my hero.
Let me peel off some orange here and throw them in the air. There we go.
So I bought the business in 2012. And then just slowly built up the humidor from there.
What's
so
that?
Mike, was your original location the one that's over off of next to the sandwich shop over there on, I forgot the name.
Yeah, Capriotti's?
Yeah, by Sahara.
Yeah, it's in the strip mall with the Golden Steer Steakhouse.
Okay.
We were there from 2012. We were there for 10 years. And then 3 years ago, we moved 1 mile west, 1 mile down the street. We were running into parking issues at that place.
Yeah.
Because the Golden Steer became such a viral hit. It's packed every night. It's like 2 months out on reservations. So at nighttime, we were dead. We had no parking because between their employees and all their customers, it made it difficult for us. So, and then the landlord wanted to raise the rent, so he made it easy on us. And we found a perfect spot 1 mile away on the same side of the street. So it wasn't like starting over. It was like literally telling people, yeah, we're still in business. Just head 1 mile west, and we're on the right-hand side.
All right. So this cigar, excuse me, Mikey, I'm getting kind of an espresso coffee bitterness.
Coffee, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But not like we always talk about, like fresh brewed cup of coffee. We talk about espresso kind of thing with a bitterness, and this is more to me the espresso with the bitterness, which I like.
Yes.
It's not bad bitter. It's good bitter. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never had a cup of coffee in my life. If you can believe that, I'm 60 years old.
Huh.
I took a sip once when I was 6, and it scared the hell out of me. I thought, who the hell drinks this stuff? So I've never drank coffee, but I've had coffee-flavored desserts and stuff like that. But I know what you're saying. I get that.
Did the coffee get you jittery?
No, I was 6 years old. I took a sip. I hated the taste. So I haven't done it since.
So let's go back to your shop. Do's and don'ts for a new person walking in there. Taboo to bring your own cigars in, obviously. Kind of slap them in the face if you do that.
Right.
But other than that, how does somebody new respect your joint? Come in there, behave yourself. Obviously, don't come in wasted, but asking questions.
Not only our lounge, but I think any lounge. When you're going in, I mean, there's two ways to go into a lounge, right? You run in, you grab, and you go. You grab your cigars and you bounce, or you want to sit and you want to enjoy a cigar, and you want to be by yourself, or you do want to partake in the camaraderie, in the conversation. So my advice to new guys is, if you want to take part of the conversation, don't be a blowhard. Don't try and take over the conversation. Don't try and impress anybody. It's off-putting. A lot of these guys have been there for years. They're on a daily basis. I would suggest you come in, you be a little fly on the wall, you exchange conversation, but don't try and rule the roost. It's uncomfortable. We don't care, in our lounge in particular, we don't care if you make $10,000 a year or $10 million a year. You're not going to impress anybody because we're past that. We're all old. We're all too old for that. Nobody cares. So I think what makes our lounge popular is, for men at least, we're competitive. We're competitive beings, We're, I don't know what you call it,
Alphas.
dick measuring.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you make? Well, this is what I do. Look at my watch. Look at my car. And I don't know about you guys, but that's tiring to me. I did that in my 30s and 40s because I wanted to stand out. I wanted to impress people. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
I'm done. And I think what guys who come to our lounge realize that you don't have to do that anymore. And as a result, they can just be themselves and they can relax and they can just enjoy a conversation instead of one-upping the other person. or trying to be creative and impress the person.
Yeah, when I go in there, I mean, I certainly see, you know, one, two, maybe some more people working on the computers that are, you know, clearly just kind of in there for a lunch break doing stuff. But the majority of the people in there, when I go in there, it's almost like going to, you know, the TV show Cheers.
Yeah,
Is
absolutely.
that, you know, there's people that I recognize in there, but I really don't know, because I would say the majority of the time when I go into yours, I'm doing something and I got to get some cigars and goes, and I'll come around and talk to you for a second. But everybody in there, whenever I sit in there, there isn't a person in there that won't have a conversation with you. They're all great. They just, you know, shoot the shit, and it's like going into Cheers.
Yeah,
And you're immediately part of the crowd. But like you say, you don't be a blowhard, but everybody will let you fit in there.
Yeah, we're very fortunate with that kind of atmosphere. I mean, look, I got to be there for, you know, hours every single day. I want it to be a nice, fun, relaxed environment, selfishly speaking.
Like for your regulars, do you have, you know, like humidor, locker storage? Do you have cigar of the month? Do you do functions once a week, once a month, or anything like that? For, you know, the regular crew that comes in, or folks that you offer a membership.
We've got the two stores. So on Sahara, we do have lockers. We have lockers. I don't know. I think they're all full right now. There's only 20 lockers, so they're full. But it's very simple. It's $150 a month spend. If you spend $150 a month, you get a locker. So it's a no-brainer. Because if you're not going to spend $150 a month, why do you want a locker, right?
Yeah.
To show off. I mean, it's not that impressive. So that's at our Sahara location. In Henderson, we have a retail side, and then we also have a 24-hour private lounge right next door. It's called 24/7. And in that, there's a kitchenette, big locker. As far as events go, no, we don't do a ton of events. We maybe do 3 or 4 a year. We'll do a dinner. We'll do a cigar dinner. Usually at the Italian American Club, because they're awesome. My buddy owns the place. Food is great, and they give us a whole smoking patio outside. We usually do 2 of those a year, one in the spring and one in the fall.
And you still have the gentleman that rolls for you?
Antonio, yeah. Antonio rolled on site
check
for
these
10
out,
years.
House cigars.
Yeah, our house cigars. It's our biggest seller.
Yep.
And but when we opened the Henderson store, he tried it for like 6 years, and finally he was killing himself. He was working 7 days a week. He said, "Look, let me open a little factory in the Dominican. I'll roll everything. I can contract tobacco easier." So that's what we do. 3 years ago, we opened a little factory in the Dominican. He runs it with 2 or 3 other people, depending on how busy they are, and then they ship our cigars up to us every 6 weeks.
Nice.
We're gonna run up against a little time limit here, but I want to continue. We want to continue this conversation. Any quick parting words here, and we can get you on a second show shortly. But you know, we appreciate you coming on, talking to us. We're new at this. We appreciate the working and allowing us to film there. But you know, this is about Fuego. Any parting words?
Yeah, just if somebody likes cigars or wants to learn about cigars, feel free to come in. I'm at the Sahara location, but you can come to the Henderson location too. Look at this. Unbelievable.
Good thing to show it in there. Sorry to interrupt you.
I'm glad we're partners.
I know.
Come in and mention that you heard this, and we will definitely take care of you.
And again, so today I'll hold this up here, but we're smoking the Plasencia 149. I enjoy this cigar. So my tastes run to a more of a medium to a strong cigar in terms of not flavor but strength of nicotine.
Okay.
So far, you know, I'm halfway through this thing. I would put this in a medium, maybe a little higher category.
Okay.
And the taste is fantastic. This is one that I would definitely buy again. And I also, before we go on this one, you know, every time we have Mike on, I want to remind you guys again about these house cigars. They're fantastic. Those, you know, I go in there. Mike has always been good to me and set aside a box of something nice if I want that, and like a Andalusian bowl. I still have bowls from a long time ago getting them, but I always buy 10, 20 of the house cigars. And they're also available through mail order, right?
They
You
are.
ship them
Yeah, you
out?
can go to our website in fuegolasvegas.com. Yeah, we have a natural cigar. It's mild. It's mild to medium Dominican tobacco. Really solid smoke. It's smooth. It's creamy. There's no bitterness. There's a little bit of a white pepper to it. White pepper taste. We have that same cigar that we dip in a honey-based recipe. It's sweet to the taste. It's not an infused or flavored cigar. It's a natural cigar, but just the cap is sweet. So if you don't smoke a lot and you want to try a cigar, the sweet is the best one for you. The sweetness kind of helps with the cotton mouth that new cigar smokers get, where your mouth dries up and you panic a little bit. You're like, I don't know what to do. That sweetness kind of helps with it. And then the Maduro obviously just has a little more body to it.
Excellent.
We'll put all of Fuego's information in the comments below. Please remember to hit subscribe. Again, thanks again to Mike for stopping by and providing us with valuable information, and we'll be back on it. Booked a nice 307-hour win.
Yeah, I appreciate both of you guys very much.
Your Prince for doing this. All right. Thank you, sir.
Well, that certainly was a big win. Whew, good to have that one. And great to have Michael from Fuego Cigar and Lounge Shops here. Down in the description, we will put Fuego's name, the address, the phone number, their website, so that you can get a hold of him. Drop in there, get some cigars, go in there and talk to Michael. He's a great guy. Hey, we'll be back in another few days with video. If you can, remember to hit the like and the subscribe button. It would really help us. And remember, every Tuesdays and Fridays, we'll be back with you, having some playing some video poker, telling some stories, having fun. Talk to you soon. Thanks again.